A very good morning to everyone. So let's begin with the webinar on Smart Office desktop application. So how the configuration is done, how the how the setup can be done, and what all the features. So let's discuss about the Smart Office desktop application. So desktop application is a very basic application. Okay. So as already discussed, we have a three kinds of application. One is a desktop, web, and the cloud. So coming to desktop application is a single and a standalone application. Okay. So where you have installed this desktop application, there only you have to access it. Okay. So you can't access it in any other location. Okay. Though it give you a multi-location access means if you have a devices in other location, you can get connected. Okay. But you can't use the same desktop application there. Okay, so as it is a single and a standalone application. Okay, so let's begin with this installation process, how this installation is done. So first go to the browser. Okay, as usual, type smartoffice.suite.in. This is our website where you can download the Smart Office desktop application. Okay, this is our website. So in the website you have the downloads option. Okay. So and first main thing, please make a note of that. Desktop application only supports for a Windows operating system. So desktop application only supports for the Windows operating system. That is Windows 7, Windows 8 or Windows 10. Desktop application won't support on a Linux, Mac. Okay, so and it won't support on Windows XP also. Okay, desktop application only support on a Windows operating system, that is version 7, 8 or 10. Okay, so when you go to website and click on the downloads to download the desktop application and click on a Smart Office desktop. Okay, and then click on a downloads. Click on download. So Smart Office zip file will be downloaded. So once the zip file will be downloaded, that will be in the downloads. Okay. So as already suggested, don't keep any download like Smart Office files. Don't keep it in a download or don't keep it in a C drive or don't keep it in a desktop. Okay, so keep it in once it is downloaded. Smart Office desktop application, once it is downloaded, copy copy the downloaded file and keep it in another folder. Okay, so that it would be you don't get any permissions issues. Okay, so if the desktop application or any web application, if it is downloaded in a downloads or any C drive or any on the desktop, don't keep the files on the desktop or C. Okay, just paste, copy the files and keep it in another folder. Okay, where you will not get any permission issues if you have given the permission to the desktop application. So I have a downloaded file. Okay, where I have kept here. So I will copy this file. So whatever it is downloaded, no. So once it is downloaded, application is downloaded, just copy that file and keep it in another folder. So in the desktop application, you'll be having a database types. Okay. So types of database also you can attach. One is the default one will be the MS Access. Okay, the default one will be the MS Access, and and also you can attach the SQL database also. Okay. So SQL, Oracle also it will support like 10 mg, 11 mg. Okay, these are the version, and SQL as usual 2008 above, SQL 2008 above R2 Management Studio. Okay, so these are the SQL and the Oracle types which it will support. So it is a downloaded file. Okay, just I'll copy this. Just I'll copy this from the downloads and I'll keep it in a one folder. So I will paste it here in the another folder. Okay, this will be in a zipped form, that is compressed. So what I have to do, I have to just click here and I have to extract it because it is a zip file. Okay, so I have kept the file in the another folder and have extracted the file, and double click on that, you'll get the two files, setup and smart office window, smart office suite. Just go to setup, double click over here. Okay, it will ask to install. Okay, just click yes and give it to permission. Okay, all users, because already the smart office I have installed it, that is why it is not allowing me to install once again. Okay, so the installed smart office application will be seen on the desktop like this. Okay, so this is the application. So once the application is downloaded, just open here and click on database setting. So this is the main thing. First, whenever you download the smart office application, so you have to do the database setting. Okay, so database setting means where you are the where the database will be stored. So this will help whenever if you want to change the system. Okay, so you want to take the database and attach the same database, at that time you can take the file and attach that file only. So that is why you have to give the file path for the database setting. Usually most of the people won't give this file path and all. Okay, so before you are using the smart office application, like please give the file path for the database setting, or else your data won't be stored at all. Okay, so first I'll show you how to do the database setting for the MS Access. So for MS Access, just go here. Okay, so usually the smart office desktop application, though we have kept it in another folder, okay, it will be main by default it will be installed in the C drive only, or else if you can change the drive also. So it is there in the C folder. Okay, program file 86 there. Here smart office, just go to smart office suite. Here the default database will be MS Access, MS Access database. It will be like this kind. Okay, smart office MS Access. It is a MDB file format. Okay, so here also you'll get another file format, that is smart office. Don't attach this one, smart office payroll DB. Just attach the smart office MDB file, MS Access file. Okay, just select like this and click OK. Open and do the test connection. Test connection established successfully and save. So this is the database setting we do for the MS Access. If you want, the default will be the MS Access. Okay. So if you want to do SQL Server, first you have to have the SQL application installed over here. I'll just open the SQL. So I have a SQL 2014 SQL Management Studio. Okay, see if you want to install the SQL as a database for your desktop application, then you have to download the Smart Office Web, or you go to miscellaneous support. There you will get a SQL script. Okay, that is SQL Server DB. Okay, this is a Smart Office SQL database. Okay, just click over the download. If you want to have the SQL as a database for your desktop application, just download it. Okay, so if you want to set the click on SQL as a server. Okay, click on SQL server. So copy this server name here. Okay, I'm copying this server name. So give the database server name here. Okay, so Smart Office DB name. Okay, DB name means database name. So this is my Smart Office database. Okay, Smart is my Smart Office database. Okay, which I have downloaded and I have attached over here. This attachment, everything I have told you in the last web application webinar, how this process is to be done. Okay, so this copy this. Okay, just copy this Smart as a database name and go to Smart Office and just paste over here. Okay, and how I am browsing the Smart Office application. See, I'm browsing with a SQL authentication. Okay, SA as a username and the password, whatever you are giving the password while you are doing the SQL installation. Okay, so I have given the SQL authentication. Same thing. You have to change it to SQL authentication and SA as a username and the password. Okay. Do the test connection established successfully, and save this. This is how you do the test database setting for the SQL server if you want to have a SQL as a database. See, if you have a more number of employees, if you want to use the desktop application only, and if you have an employee count more than 200 or 300 or 500, so at that time better you can go for the SQL as a database. Okay, because as MS Access is a default one, it won't be having the so much capacity to handle a large data. Okay, so that is why if you have more than 200 or 100 above employees, then better you can go for the SQL as a database. Okay, so only the thing is you have to go to the browser and go to the SQL download and just download the Microsoft from the Microsoft website. Just download the SQL 2008 above versions. Okay, and then attach. So now I'll be just going with MS Access only. So the default username and password will be smart. So while first when you create, just give this all the partner details. Okay, and save it. Okay, this is how the homepage of the Smart Office desktop application. Okay, so before first I'll show you the connection of the biometric device. Okay, so as we have in the Biomax, we have a types of devices like K series, uh, like K series, V series, N series. Okay, according to the series, you have to select the series of the biometric machine. Okay, if you're using the Biomax devices, so we have a kind of series over here like V series, N series, and K series. Make sure that if you have a N series device connecting like NBM20, okay, or any N series devices, just select the N series as here. Okay, here you are showing, here can you see the select biometric device type? And if you are using V series devices, just select the V series devices like VTA45, VAX, like that V series devices. And if you have any K series like uh, K, uh, K series devices or any Identix devices, okay, any X990 devices, then at the time, if you have a old machines, then you can just select the K series here. Okay, so after that, then come to utilities and click on the devices. So before connecting the devices, make sure the device is connected with a LAN cable. Okay, as I've already told you, as a desktop application is a single and a standalone application. So you have to use it in the same network. Both the device as well as the software should be connected in a same network. Okay, and if you have a multi locations, that device is in somewhere, it is in different location, then you have to make use of the static IP. But you can't use the same application. The only thing is you can connect the device. Okay, this is how the multi location you can use in the smart office desktop application. Okay, so let's connect a device. Just go to add new. I'm just showing you the procedure. Like I'm just giving you the device name NBM20, short name, whatever the serial number it has. I'll just write a dummy one now, and device direction. See, if you are using a single device for both in and out, then go for a keeping alternate in out as a direction. Okay, if you're using a separate devices for in and for out, then you can go for a keeping it in one device for in and another direction for out. Okay, so better you can go for a alternate in out direction. Okay, and connection type, how you're connecting the biometric machine with the software. Okay, like whether you're connecting the device with a network, then go for a TCP or IP, that is connecting the device with a LAN cable. Or else if you want to bring the data in the USB cable. Okay, first you create the device and select the connection type as a USB if you're collecting the data from the pen drive. Okay, and device type is a attendance. Okay, and a machine IP address like 192.168.0.201. First, before you connect this IP address, whatever the IP address it is showing in the machine. So once you connect the LAN cable to the machine, it will fetch the IP address. Okay, it will take the IP address. So you go to network settings. There it will show you the device IP address. Okay, so when you go to the device, click menu and there go to network settings. So in network settings, there it will show you the device IP address. Okay, so first check whether the whatever the device IP address it is showing. Okay, check whether the device IP address is pinging or not. Okay, to how to check this device IP is pinging or not, just open the command prompt. Okay, and write ping whatever the like 192.168.0.201. That is the IP address I have given here, 201, for continuous pinging dash t. Okay, just type enter here. Okay, when you type enter, it will give you the reply. Okay, if it is giving you reply, then the device is connected with a network. To check whether the device is connected with a network or not, this is the procedure you have to follow. Okay, just connect the and you can give the machine ID as a 1. Okay, com key you should if you're giving any com key like 1 2 3 4 any password like kind of settings you want to give, you can give, or else you can keep it as a 0. Okay, so once this connection is done, just check the test connection and save. Okay, now I'm just saving here. So this is how you connect the biometrics device, as it is the N series. As I've given the name as a NBM20. So I'll select the device and N series. So if you are connecting any X990, keep the series as a K series. If you're connecting any Biomax N series device, keep N series. And if you're connecting any V series, Biomax V series device, then just select the V series. Okay, because this is the main thing. Okay, that is why I'm repeating this procedure again. Okay, so once the device is connected, so it will give you the test connection. Okay, and if you want the data to be pushed automatically, so what usually you will do, you'll just check the test connection and you'll select the device and you'll click on a download logs. First you'll click on a download users and then you'll click on a download logs. Okay, first you'll click download users to DB and then you'll click a download logs. So if you want to set it automatically, then go to services services.msc. Okay, services.msc. For desktop application, always non-push data collector service. Okay, so in the services, all the services which are installed in your system will be there. So just search for the smart office. Okay, here can you see smart office non-push data collector service? Okay, so this is the services. Okay, you have to on this. I'll tell you the procedure first. Afterwards we can start the services. Even you can dump the data automatically in desktop application. So now you got to know how to connect the biometric machine. Let's start with the basic settings. Okay, basic settings, like first you go to option setting. Okay, so here in the system user, you can just create a multiple users. Like see, if you want to, if you're the admin and if you want to give access to any other persons, then you can just create the system user here. For example, I'm creating one user here. He's just a user. So companies allowed, department allowed, that particular user should get the access for that particular location or for that particular company. Then you have to just select. Suppose you have a more than one branch or more than 2 3 department. Okay, at that time you can make use of the system user if you want to give the application access to any of your employee or any of your HR. Okay, so then just select the permission allowed here. Okay, just extend this plus mark and you'll get the permission what all that user should be able to access. Like if you want to give only the basics things, then you can just like adding the employees, then just give the employees. Just if you want to give the generate report and you have that option also, you can just click over the generate report, so that employee, so that whatever the user, that it can access only generate report. Here you have the generate report option, like that particular whatever the user you are giving the access, right, he'll be able to just generate the reports. That's it. This is how you give the permission to your access to your another users. This is the system user. And if you want to change the password, and here you can change it in, you have the option settings. In the option setting, the first option is a mail setting. The mail setting is used in the desktop application for like if you want to send any send notifications for your employees. In the memo settings you have that, like for late coming and early going, missed punch setting, and absenteeism notice. So if you want to share this notification to your employees whenever they come late or go early, whenever they miss punch, and whenever they remain absent. So you want to trigger this mails, then first the thing is you have to do the mail setting. And again, if you want to send the reports to a reporting manager as well as for the employees through mail, okay, for that also you have to use this mail setting. Okay, so mail setting is basically used for the sending the memos for late coming, for mispunch, and for absenteeism. And if you want to send any reports to the reporting manager or to the employees, so at that time this mail setting is done. So that is why first you have to do the mail setting. Okay, first you type the from mail id. This is the from mail id from which mail id you will receive the mails. So this is the mail id I'm giving here, and you have to give the smtp server name. Okay, and smtp port number. Smtp port number will be 25 465 and 587. These are the three default smtp port number. First check with the 25. And what is the name should it display when you receive the mail? Either it should display your email id or whatever the name it should display for you. Okay, and login name will be your email id only, and the password. To do this setting, and the mail, that mail id whatever you are using, right, that should be a less secured one. Okay, so it should be a less secured one. When you do this configuration, just click on test mail setting. Okay, so once it is, when you do this, first you have to save the settings. Mail setting saved successfully. Then go to option setting and mail setting. Then just go to for sending, checking this whether this configuration is done correctly or not. First you have to do the test mail. Check the test mail. Just give the two mail id to which for the testing. Okay, give